Dwight Rich with Rich Wealth Management has been helping those with retirement plans and how those pre-retirees look at the way that make sure that they're retiring right. You know, the big question here today is, should they rebalance their investment, and what are the specific things they should look at and keep in mind? Dwight Rich is here with us now to talk us through all those options. Those can be like heavy, concerning things, right? But kind of talk us through, when do you need to rebalance your investment? Is there a certain age that you hit that it becomes very important?
Well, yeah, I think that there are really three stages of investing. There's the accumulation phase, when you're kind of growing your assets, and there's kind of the transition into that third stage, which is the decumulation or retirement. So you're going to start taking money out of your investments. So I think it's important to recognize where you are. If you're 5 or sometimes even 10 years out from retirement, you're in that transition stage where you really need to start making those changes and understand what your risk is. And I think a lot of folks really have no clue, because they plow money away and it just grows, and we've had a roaring bull market over the last 15 years, and they may have
everything's fine.
Yeah, right.
So what are the specific things that they should keep in mind to get rebalancing their investment correct?
Well, first, we find that a lot of folks just don't have a clue as to what their real risk is. So I think it's important to do a stress test to see where your actual portfolio lies on the risk scale, and say on a scale of 1 to 10. We'll find people that come in and to see us that will tell us they're a 5, and then we'll do a stress test and they're really at 8.5. The problem with that is, if we go into a protracted bear market, and I make no predictions, that we could have another 50% drawdown like we've seen twice this century, and then they're taking distributions and they're in a real pickle. So it's important to know what the real risk is.
Important to get it right too. When you're looking at the rebalancing, does that necessarily mean you're getting clients out of stocks?
No, not at all. I mean, I think that in most cases, never say never, but in most cases, they're still going to own stocks. It's just getting the right mix correctly, because if you've been in the stock market in your 401k over the last 15 years, it's averaged something like 15%. So you may have started balanced, and now you're 90% in stocks, and you may not even be really paying attention to it. So getting that mix appropriate for where you're at.
So what do you recommend for that non-stock portion of the portfolio?
Well, we recommend people go through our process, really. I mean, there's at least 12 different income-producing fixed income types of investments that folks can choose from. So what we'll take them through is a process of educating them on the different insured options, the non-insured options, investment grade options, and go through the whole list of things. But right now, with interest rates at a more of a moderate level, I mean, I think it's a really good time, because we're seeing interest rates now in 5, 6, even higher percentages. And if you look at the stock market the last 24 years, it's only averaged about 7.6%. So the fixed income part is really, really important.
Yeah. So tell me about this stress test. Like, what is it like when you come in to get one? And it's not the stress test that you get at the doctor, not at all, for your finances. What do you need to bring with you, or maybe provide for you ahead of time?
So basically, take your statements on a confidential level, and we'll plug in all the actual securities. I mean, down to the QSIP. I mean, from your CDs to your money markets to your stocks to your mutual funds, ETFs, everything. We'll plug it into a program called Riskalyze that'll basically show, if we went through another bear market or another great financial crisis, or another spike in interest rates, what would the actual drawdown be? And it is kind of like seeing the doctor. It's kind of like getting your blood work done for your portfolio, so you know.
We don't like to see those numbers, though, even when we go to the doctor.
Well,
I think it's the same with finances. Sometimes the honesty of realizing, oh, wow, maybe I'm not on the right track. You got to know. You got to know in order to get it back on track again.
You'd rather know early and be able to identify it before it becomes a problem.
And so just reach out, make that appointment. Are those the next steps if somebody's
Absolutely.
interested in that?
You can go to richwealthmanagement.com, or reach out to us on our phone, 502-398-6850, or just email us at Rich Wealth Radio, and we'll answer your questions and get that stress test for them.
All right. Great to see you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
So for more, just head on over to richwealthradio.com or call the number on your screen.